Hello, welcome back to the channel, and thank you for joining me here for another video. So today I'm going to be reviewing What If Season 3, Episode 5. Well, I actually, okay, for this episode, I actually have a lot to say this time. Although this episode may seem very small, it honestly has a lot of impact to the overall story of Season 3. And I personally think it's a lot better than Episode 1. And it's kind of ironic because I'm not sure if Riri Williams, the character, has a lot of fans. I kind of know that from the comics, she wasn't really liked, and also her. Um, Hold on, let me get this fixed up. Right. Okay, so it's good. Not sure why that happened, but yeah, even her adaptation into Black Panther 2 wasn't really well received. But I personally am very glad that they brought her back for a very significant purpose. This episode is a great example of like taking a character that's not generally liked, and if you put them in a good story with good writing, then it's easy to like that character, if that makes any sense. I personally, Riri Williams was definitely likable in this episode. I'm pretty sure that the same actress that, well, actor that plays her in the live action Black Panther 2 voices her here, so I'm very excited to see her come back for her role. I personally really loved her in this story. It was definitely, without too much spoilers, it's actually a kind of a sad story. Definitely the saddest of the episodes so far, and I wasn't expecting to, feel such great emotion from, like a 20-minute episode, but it's definitely like in terms of writing, I think this is the best written episode of the season, although it may not be the most entertaining, like episode 3, and it might also not be the most fun, like episode 2. So it definitely, or not episode 2, but well, episodes 2 and 4, but it's definitely something interesting to look at. And this episode, like I said earlier, can be very easily overlooked, but I would not, um, I wouldn't belittle this episode by any means. It's very good, and I like how they really put the character Riri Williams into a perspective that um, I generally wasn't expecting. So it's definitely great to see her here. Of course, as we can see, White Vision makes a return, but not in the way you would expect. And we definitely do not get Paul Bettany here. So, I mean, it's not too much of a spoiler here, but I mean, as you can see, he looks like an autonomous robot. Like he has no personality because he's just, straight murking people that well, murking means like, defeating or, easily defeating, but he's easily defeating people here that he, you know, shouldn't be, that he wouldn't fight. But then again, White Vision um, well, we haven't really gotten much of White Vision, but he's not the standout here. Riri Williams is the standout. And the plot of this episode, like I said, affects the whole season. It has something to do with the Watcher. That's all I'm gonna say without any spoilers. But yeah, it's definitely good. I definitely feel that they should do so much more with Riri Williams' character. Um, they need to put her in well-written things for her to be more likable because, like, the character itself is very easily unlikable because she just has a very headstrong personality and she kind of like changes the status quo. It's kind of like, how should I put it? It's like if you've seen Dragon Ball Z, where Goku and like Gohan and Vegeta and Trunks, they work so hard to gain Super Saiyan, but then the Kid Goten and Kid Trunks just get Super Saiyan right off the bat. Her character kind of feels like that. It kind of feels like um with all her prowess that like and all her like strengths and intelligence isn't deserved, but honestly when you watch this episode you're going to be like, wow, I'm very glad Riri Williams is an MCU character and a Marvel character, and I'm very glad that she is the way she is. So this episode has a lot of layer to it because it kind of like it kind of takes the dislikability from her, and it really grows her character, not just for the MCU, but I feel like for, you know, everywhere else as a whole. Because I even remember a comic panel where I forgot which comic it was, but basically, the character in the comics, like the new Avengers, went to go fight Thanos, and they just I think they almost died, and she was the first one that rushed into Thanos, and Thanos just I think he took her by the helmet and smashed her head in the ground. So that's just that was just funny, but that's an example of the character being unlikable. But here, you're really gonna like the character, and you're really gonna root for her side. So just think about it like that. But I genuinely enjoyed this episode, not because it was sad, because it was very well written. So I hope that the rest of the season gets as good of writing as this episode did, because the writing in this episode is the best of all of the entire season. Um, Honestly, I okay. I know this is gonna be a hot take, but I personally think this is the best written episode of all the seasons. So definitely watch this if you can. Um, you may not see what I see in this episode, but it definitely takes an interesting, set of characters that you wouldn't necessarily, look at in the general, view of the MCU, but it takes them and it puts them against impossible odds and in desperate situations that really brings the emotion and the true character out of them. Well, that's all I have to say for this episode. I hope you like What If so far, and I hope you like the channel too. I'll be covering the rest of the episodes as they come out, and afterwards, I'll go on to a different topic, and I'll make sure to update the check-in series. But other than that, yeah, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Scorp out. No. Peace out. I'm gonna stop saying scorp out. I personally don't like it, but peace out.